Hey everyone, how is everyone doing in this time of what? Well, it's a Sunday. I'm doing my podcast officially on this Sunday, March 1st, 2026. All right. How is everyone? Well, first of all, I gotta say something about what's happening in the Middle East, Iran. I'm just hoping that, there are no a lot of casualties and all that, and people are not affected. But uh, I'm also hoping and, keeping my finger crossed for a peaceful, peace, peace. We need peace and love and everything else in the whole fucking world, not, wars and all that. All right. So that's my 2 cents. I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to have any opinion. All right. With that said, I hope you all are doing okay on this Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. All right. You had some happiness, some whatever family time, you know. Uh, and I just I have my own moments, as you know. So my wife, regardless of my, you know, lunacy and all that, she supports me. I love her. All right. She's an extraordinary woman. I mean, she's a human being, right? Just like all of us. She's like me. Uh, and that's all. All right. She's saying that I should have a topic of discussion. All right. But I don't have any agendas. All right. No agendas. Just whatever comes to my mind. And I just got to basically figure out my own, why I have that 2 minute fucking temper, right? And yeah, we're gonna, I mean, first of all, it's me. I have to look into that because, I don't want to live with that, right? Nobody should. And again, we all have our own flaws, you know, our own shortcomings, you know. To human is to err. Error is human, right? But you gotta keep it under fucking control. All right? That's what it is. So, what is the topic of discussion? All right? Well, let me just housekeeping items. All right, housekeeping. Okay. Housekeeping items. Still fucking cold up here. Snow on the ground. Me and my wife went to a park in Bayonne, right? It's like so depressing. There's still snow on the ground. It's March 1st, and there's no warm weather on the horizon as far as I can see from the weather channel, right? Oh, wait, 70 and 71 degrees on Sunday and Monday. God damn it. But before that, I think there's another fucking storm coming Tuesday. All right, this time not snow. Hopefully not. I think there is a lot of fucking rain. All right, that's all. I don't want to sound like a weatherman, but hey, we're going up to 70, which is actually not good. Okay, which is actually not good because then we're gonna go down to 33, a sudden dip because we are still not even we are still in winter. It's not even like springtime yet. All right, so that in itself is not good. You know, we need gradual increase of temperature, not like the Orlando weather in 1 week and then back to fucking 20 degrees. So this goddamn snow should be gone. At least those 2 days of like that much warm weather, it should basically melt everything. All right, then I'll be in a t-shirt in a fucking short, right? Walking around like a headless chicken. Um, what else is going on? That's it. And hoping that with this upcoming spring and all that, right? We get more jobs, more money, more dough on the fucking table. All right. And obviously my wife is helping me and you gotta keep it strong, instead of me blowing up shit. Um and yeah, I have to have a lot of patience, which I never learned being by yourself for 22 fucking years, right? Or maybe I should have been in a fucking monastery or something, you know, some sort of disciplinary like routine. In any case, so the other issue, which has been always with me in all these fucking years, is just, insomnia, lack of sleep. And I'm sure I'm not the only one up here, Northeast, like Western world, because life is here is somehow it's not satisfactory, it's somehow, but I get it that, if you are in a country where there's turmoil and, there's uh, not a normal life. I get that. Somehow in the Western world, we also have these other fucking issues, you know, depression, insomnia, loneliness, you name it, right? If somebody said that you get the loneliness is going to kill you faster than like fucking smoking cigarettes. All right, somebody said that. I mean, that person saw a study, right? And don't quote me on that one because I think I read that. I mean, that's a valid statement. All right, up to statistically up to maybe 80% validity. I should be more grateful. I'm not lonely anymore. Someone who loves me, I love her, and instead of looking at the fucking negative, right, I had to look at the positive. Yeah, I'm not saying that, there are, 23 problems I don't have. I'm not saying, yeah, I have a problem with this selling this fucking apartment. And then, now, and then we were looking at like, you know, replacing that Jeep two-door. I was actually out yesterday with a couple of friends. My brother actually was here. I went out with him, and then after that, I stayed. I don't know why. I'm trying to sell my Jeep because it's not good for two people. Okay, two-door Jeep Wrangler is basically, now I realize it's basically for people who have just come out of fucking college, who don't even have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, all right, and you want to go on like fucking off-road, all right? I guess because I grew up with Jeep, so I bought that, all right after my marriage, and just I did it. I did it. You did it, sir, for 3 fucking years. Okay, now you gotta get to it. All right. So, and then it's just giving us, like I said, like, I mean, its engine is everything is good. Just that small fucking problems arise, arise, you know. And we want a little more peace, a little more quality of life. Don't we deserve that? Universe, all right? I mean, when I was here by myself, when my wife wasn't here, I could just basically get by. you know. But all right, okay, so I'm not going to want. All right, everyone. So, what's the topic of discussion? What is the topic of discussion? Is you got to keep you cool, all right? And sometimes I still fall back into the fucking old memories. I wish, should have, would have, could have, blah 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 blah. Right? What's the use of it? What's the good of it? Right? I have to take a fucking pill, yellow pill, a green pill that erases your bad fucking memories from your childhood all the way to adolescence to your fucking college years or even high school and like the whole fucking events in your life that have effect. So, for example, when you fall back, right? When you fall back in your mind into your past, what do you think of? Statistically, if I start writing down, okay, in this minute I thought about this event, all right, and then every other 5 minutes, then I say, oh shit, I'm still thinking about that. Or next day, okay, so if I analyze myself, right, my thinking process of what are the events in my past that I go back to in my fucking mind, right? Usually those are not good memories. Those are bad memories, right? Okay, so you're going there. So that means that actually has affected you somehow. Okay, so then what's the fucking solution? See? Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not. That's why people go to therapists and, all right, so what happened today? Tell me, you want to tell me about it? Because sometimes this fucking therapy, I know me and my wife talk about this, can be also fucking boring, is it? What the fuck am I paying this guy for or woman for? She's not helping me or helping us on anything. All right. Okay. So what are you thinking? Yeah, this is what I was thinking. And just you know, okay. I don't want to jump to conclusions here. All right, but that can. I mean, I have done therapy a couple of times after COVID because I was like, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? And I remember one time this therapist, I paid him like $250, right? Because my fucking insurance didn't cover it. And then at the end of the session, I mean, I don't want to fucking disclose my personal information. Right? At the end of the session, I remember, yeah, man, it seems like, you need to basically find some activity. Seems like you are just bored. You go to work and then this is when I had taken a fucking break from booze now. But I was smoking, those vapes and all, right? Nicotine. I mean, that has nothing to do, but in any case, all right. So maybe, you go to work and then you come home and you feel like you are just, what the fuck? You should find some groups. You should find some like, activities. Maybe you should play tennis or you should play, well, I'm like, oh my fucking God. In any case, all right. So everybody has, um, I'm pretty sure those sessions, right? And I don't, maybe I'm suppressing something in my fucking mind that I don't know in my subconsciousness. Something is just telling me, I'm bugging you, I'm fucking bugging you, I'm here. And I can't figure it out. Right. Yeah, that's when you have to go to shit, right? I don't know. But if it helps, hopefully, all right. I don't want to turn my podcast this one into, talking to myself. I mean, I'm talking to myself, all right? Not as a therapist. But for some people, yeah, life can be challenging, like clinical depression. The fuck is that? Oh my God, fucking God. My 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 mind hasn't taken me there. I hope. All right, but we got to move on. We gotta fucking move. If you want to live life, you gotta move on. Right? That's what. All right, everyone. It's 18 minutes already. 19 minutes, and I'm just babbling about nothing. Well, isn't that the whole point of this podcast that I have no agenda? All right. Well, what we mean? We are here. We are here in this fucking world on a fucking rock that revolves around another rock with, you know, fire and ashes and fucking 3,000 degrees of solar, whatever. Right? That's it. This is where we are. This is where years and millions of years of evolution has brought us into this body and plane. All right. This is like the end product for now, unless the fucking AI, you know, rises through these fucking computers, right? From the ashes of the world, from the ashes of the human beings. It rises and then, it's like, oh yeah, this is what actually I wanted you human beings to give rise to. Is that what this fucking planet wants from us? some sort of insurance, just in case you human beings, if you blow this up, I have something, some machine form of insurance to keep at least something alive, right? Just like from science fiction movies. So I can try to regenerate and recreate and whatever, restart, right? The engine of life. I think that's what this planet is saying. I mean, everything we know, from religions to philosophy to movies to, except we have a telescope that basically tells us there are other fucking planets, obviously, right? Just like ours, our star system. But we no fucking idea about any of that. That actually makes me kind of sad. We have no contact. But other than that, this planet has just produced us millisecond by millisecond of evolution. All right. Yeah, water has come from fucking asteroids, all right? And who the fuck knows? With the water, maybe to give, the life form, you know? Didn't they actually discover that these asteroids have some sort of amino acids which give rise to, like, you know, nano life, what's nano life anyways? I mean, if you, even if it's like a fucking bacteria unicellular, what's at the heart of that fucking bacteria? Nothingness. So this fucking whole thing is just made of nothingness. Isn't that like, the bottom line? It's like there's a fabric, and the matter emanates from that fabric and gets created and become visible, and then whatever the fuck, right? But if you try to take a journey, travel into the heart of the matter, there's nothing. So I'm like, oh, holy shit, it's like a big void here, you know? If you go into the heart of the atom, it's nothing. I mean, don't quote me on these things. I mean, I'm not a physicist, but in a layman term, all right, I think that's what the face of this, material face of this world is, including us and everything, metal and wood and everything. All right, it emanates from nothing. Um, fuck am I saying? This bamboo. And we are trying to basically say to ourselves, oh, wait a minute, somehow we humans have just created this, mostly in our minds, that somehow we are like extraordinary sort of like beings. No, we are not. We are more than, this body and whatever chemical reactions happen in our fucking electrochemical, in our fucking brains, all right? It makes us what we are, right? What we have learned years and years of experience. So that's it. I mean, that's that's the reality of our existence. You know, other civilization. I'm not negating any other civilization out there, but they won't come here. We can't go anywhere, right? We are only like 300 years old when it comes to technology and our progress, right? In another 300 years, maybe we'll discover some. I have no fucking idea. But for now, no, we have not been visited by anybody. The distances are too far, all right? And I say this all the time. Maybe there is a reason why these distances, all right? And why only one planet with fucking life among like nine planets, right? If Mars had a colony and Mars had some other like Martians, right? Maybe they looked a little different than us, right? Wouldn't we be with war with the Martians, on war with the fucking Martians all the time, right? Same thing with other planets, other stars. So the universe has set this up with these distances to say, hey, you assholes in this sector right here, north, east, whatever that fucking quadrant, all right? You cannot come to south, whatever that other fucking quadrant, because I've kept you so fucking far apart. You can't even, yes, you can imagine. That's all you can, all right? That's what the universe has done. To keep civilizations alive. And maybe there's some, some negative aspect to that too, right? If the universe is somehow, is a construct, right? So that means that if they don't want to basically quadrant northeast and quadrant southeast, these planets, they don't want each other to see each other or communicate. Why not? Right? It's something nefarious, right? You think that whoever constructed this, wouldn't it be nice if these two meet and they agree and they share ideas? Or would that be actually like, oh no, they're gonna fuck each other up first before they share, and then by the time they realize, oh wait, then both planets are gone. I think that's what it is. That's my conclusion. So if I'm one of the constructors of construct of this planet, right? I mean this fucking universe, that's what I would do. I would say, no, I don't trust these beings. All right, who the fuck knows what they're gonna do? All right, they have nuclear weapons, and they have whatever the fuck. Who the fuck knows? All right, I would write that record, you know, charter of fucking life for you know, beings with higher brains or intelligent beings to start a civilization, set up a civilization, right? Yeah, of course, the laws of physics have to be there, right? Some sort of a natural law. And then if you try to step out of it and say, what the fuck? Okay, why? Right? All right, everyone. That's it. 29 minutes. That's it. I just babbled enough. Tomorrow is not a holiday, Is there a holiday? Because like it seems like every other fucking Monday is some sort of a holiday, right? I don't think so. March 2nd is no holiday. All right. So, again, assuming you all out there are out there, out there, whatever the hell you did weekend. Hope you had a great time. All right. Take a lot of deep breaths in, out. And again, let's keep our fingers crossed for peace and less destruction. Sayonara, sayonara.